Is installing mods that change the way you game. Mods can do anything from swapping out character models to adding completely new expansion-sized areas to explore. So why not take advantage of this ability on the Steam Deck? After all, it is just a handheld gaming PC. Might as well take advantage of that PC part, you know? So let's take a look at the different ways you can mod games on the Steam Deck. This isn't going to be a full-blown tutorial on how to install mods for every game, since modding one game can be completely different than modding another. We're also not going to cover games that aren't available on Steam itself here. So no widescreen hacks for emulated games and no Minecraft mods. This will, however, cover some of the basics of modding to get you up and running. Before any of that, let's just go over backing up your game files in case the worst happens. You want to back up your game files in case modding a game goes wrong and corrupts some important data. Shortly after getting my Steam Deck, I was playing around with files I probably shouldn't have been. And something bad happened to one of my games, and I could no longer get it to launch. Even deleting and reinstalling the game didn't fix the problem. The issue was finally resolved when I swapped out my internal drive for a higher capacity one. And that's definitely not an ideal fix. And this is why backing up your files is super important, so that if you encounter a similar issue, you have a known working backup of your game. To do this, simply head into desktop mode on your Steam Deck. There's a super simple way for us to do this now, so just open up Steam. Find the game you're looking for in your library and right-click it, which you can do with the left trackpad oddly enough. Select Properties, then select Local Files. And finally, Backup Game Files. You can then just select a location for the backup. If you don't have enough space, you can either manually back up only the important files that you know you're going to tamper with, or just plug in some external drive and save it onto there for now. And now that you've safely backed up your game files, we can get to modding. And if anything goes wrong with your game, and uninstalling your mods doesn't seem to fix any problems, you can simply overwrite the game with your known working backup and everything should be fine. The easiest way to start modding is to use the Steam Workshop. It's important to note that not every game has Steam Workshop support, but the mods you install will be synced to your account. Here you can see that I'm playing Left 4 Dead 2 with mods. I installed these mods on my main PC, and when I downloaded the game on the Steam Deck, all of my mods were installed as well. If you plan to change between your main PC and the Steam Deck, and then this makes modding much more consistent, but also super easy. To see if a game has workshop support, you can select a game in game mode, navigate to game info, then scroll along this bar to see if you can find a tab labeled workshop. If you don't see the workshop tab, then the game probably doesn't have workshop support. From here, you can browse all the mods that this game has available through Steam Workshop. You should be able to sort by popularity or subscriptions or stuff. Now, I haven't found a way to type in keywords to search for on game mode, so if you're looking for a specific mod, you may have to do that in desktop mode, where you should see a little search bar here. To install a mod, just select it with the A button, then scroll down and hit subscribe. It really is that easy. I'm not even making some meta joke telling you to subscribe. That's just the term they use. To uninstall a mod, you simply unsubscribe. There's no major commitment, so there's no reason to be afraid. On the mod page itself, you can see a description of the mod. Look at pictures or videos, add it to favorites, and even leave a comment. Adding mods to your favorites can help you keep track of them easily, and reading comments can sometimes give you more insight to other people's experience with that mod. For example, there's a very popular mod pack for Forager here, but reading the comments and looking at the description shows me that some aspects of the mod don't work too well with the controller. We can always just use the Steam Deck's trackpad or plug in a mouse and keyboard, but it's nice to have this information regardless. Some mods may have other requirements, and you'll have to install those first, so it's always important to read the mod's description before complaining that your mod doesn't work. Next, let's talk about in-game mod support. There's only a handful of games I know that have this kind of feature, so I'll name them out for you. We got a Skyrim Special Edition, the Farming Simulator games, at least the one I played on PlayStation did, and that was probably like Farming Simulator 14 or 15, and Fallout 4. I tried looking up more games, but couldn't really find what I was looking for here. And by in-game mod support, what I mean is that within the game itself, there is a mod menu that you can browse and install mods from just within the game itself. So take Skyrim for example. Actually, let's clarify Skyrim for a second. There's two main versions of Skyrim available on Steam. You have the original version, and then you have Special Edition. The original version actually has workshop support, but the Special Edition doesn't. And the mods between the two kind of work differently because the games themselves are built a little different, so that might be important to keep in mind. Instead of workshop support, Special Edition has the Creation Club and its own mod menu. And here you can browse and install mods with the simple press of a button. You can even search for mods here, though your selection is going to be somewhat limited. An important thing to keep track of here is your load order. And mods will usually say something in the description like place this at the very top of your load order, or place mod X below mod Y because mod Y is dependent on mod X or something like that. If there's no mention of where a mod should be placed within the load order, then just leave it in the middle-ish and you should be fine. Hey, this is a super simple and easy way to install mods without having to do anything too complex, since this feature is built within the game itself. And like I said, there aren't too many games I know of that even have this feature, so if you happen to know of some more, then please leave a comment about it. If your game doesn't have Steam Workshop or in-game modding support, there are a few other places that we can grab mods from. By far the most popular seems to be Nexus Mods. I've been using Nexus Mods for years, and I really love it. There's tons of mods for many great games, so take a look over there and see if they have a game you're looking for. They also have the kind of mods that aren't exactly allowed to be on Steam Workshop or anything, since they may be a little too, much, let's say. But even the Nexus has its limits, so if you're looking for that real dirty stuff, then you'll need to head elsewhere. You dog, you. To download anything on Nexus Mods, you'll need to make an account first. It's free and easy to do, so just take care of that. After you've done so, simply feel free to browse all the mods to your heart's content. Once you find one you like, we can look into installing it. Before we get into that, I want to mention that there are many mod installers that can streamline the process of modding and keep all your mods organized. Nexus Mods has its own thing called Vortex, and then you have things like Mod Organizer 2 and stuff like that. For this video, I'm unfortunately not going to go into that stuff. Some of these mod organizers weren't exactly designed to work on Linux, so getting those ones to work is a bit of a pain. You can use something like Lutris to help with this part, but that's something I'm still looking into myself. I haven't used Lutris before, and I'm trying to look into it during my free time here and there, but you know, using mod organizers and stuff like that on the Steam Deck, I guess that's a future topic. If you have experience using stuff like Vortex on the Steam Deck, then please leave a comment about it with your experience, as I and many others would love to hear it. For now, I'm just going to show you how to install some mods manually. Each mod has its own installation and uninstallation instructions listed on its description tab on the Nexus, so take note of those. Witcher 3 is a pretty easy game to install mods for, so let's take a look at that. You need to locate your game files, and I already kind of showed you how to do that when we backed them up. Right-click on a game, then select Properties, then Local Files, and this time just hit Browse. This will open up the Dolphin file browser to the exact location of where your game is installed. If you then look near the top and click on the thing that says Common, it'll take you to where all your other games are installed, and I don't see all of my games here, since these are only the ones that I have installed on my internal drive. So if I repeat that process for a game that's installed on my microSD card, I can find all the games that I have over there. We'll probably also need a different file archiving tool. You have ARC to start with, but that won't work for certain file types, so just go to the Discover store and search for pzip. Install that, and then just forget about it for now. Let's take a look at the Fast Travel from Anywhere mod. And looking at the installation instructions, it says to extract the mod to our mods folder, which we have to create if we don't already have one. My Witcher 3 is in a different location since I have it installed through Heroic. But use the process we went over earlier to locate your game folder, and then right-click to select Create New Folder, which we will name Mods. And to download the mod from the Nexus, you need an account, like I said, so log in, and then click on the tab that says Files, and then we're just going to select Manual Download. After that, you're going to select Slow Download, since you probably don't have a premium account, and it should ask what you want to open the file with, so make sure that pzip is selected, since ARC may not work. I've actually tested this exact mod with ARC, and it wouldn't open, it wouldn't support the file, so you're going to have to use pzip for this one. And after that, just right-click on the mod, and we can select Extract, Extract All, and then just change the output to something simple like our downloads folder. You can then find the file in the downloads folder, and from there you can simply place it into the mods folder that we created. You can drag it, copy it, paste it, whatever you want really. And once we're in game, we just have to test things out. As you can see, we can do exactly as the mod says, just fast travel from anywhere. The mod description advises against doing this during quests as it has the potential to break the game, but otherwise it worked perfectly. Always pay attention to the mod description in case there's some other restrictions or requirements.